Hi, garden friend. Today I'm in the beautiful Pacific Northwest forest. Now this is where Mother Nature and artistic craftsmanship come together through these ancient trees. And what's hidden in the trees? Just some of Pete Nelson's most stunning tree houses from Treehouse Masters. Forest magic meets artistic craftsmanship in this video. So if you're ready to go exploring, let's go, shall we? And before we start out and head out on our tour, I thought I'd show you this. Beautiful, isn't it? Wait till you see what's next. Now the first treehouse you're going to see is called the Trillium, and it is a very small but charming treehouse. Look at that, how beautiful. The way that they've done these staircases and built these tree houses into the tree, it just really is beautiful. And as I walk through these beautiful tree houses, they almost blend right into the trees. They don't take away from the forest, they're part of it. That's one of the things that I really love about Pete Nelson's designs. They respect the landscape and they let the trees tell the story. Each of these Pete Nelson tree houses has its own personality. Some feel rustic and simple, others a bit more like art, but they all share that same respect for the forest. You can tell they were built to be part of something bigger. And of course, being in the Pacific Northwest, everything feels alive. The moss, the ferns, the air itself. You can stand here and just feel the stillness, but it's never silent. There's always a soft hum, birds, wind, maybe even the river. It's like the forest has its own quiet. As you can see, being out here reminds us of how grounding nature can be. It's not just about the trees or the views, it's the feeling you get when you slow down long enough to notice them. These tree houses are beautiful, of course. Pete Nelson and his team have such a gift for bringing imagination into life. But what really makes this place special is the forest itself. Every tree, every bit of moss, every sound of wind or bird song, it's all connected. It's a good reminder that sometimes the best design starts simply by paying attention to what's already here. Each one is different, some small and simple, others built with a bit of whimsy, but they all share the same spirit connection to the forest, to the quiet, and that feeling that we all get when we're surrounded by nature. Let's take a look inside this beautiful tree house. The views are spectacular and people are really enjoying themselves here, seeing what Pete Nelson and his team have created. They've paid every attention to detail, and these nature trails are just fabulous. And the trees in between really give us a way to have our own private space inside each of these tree houses. I mean, look at these views. And here we have the sleeping quarters and another tree house that is beautifully, beautifully done. And look how it just blends in with this forest of trees, and it adds to the forest. It doesn't really compete with Mother Nature. I think it's beautiful. Now you can see how these tree houses are actually attached to these trees. They've gone to great lengths to make sure they're secure and safe. But what a beautiful sight. Here's Burl. This is burl, and it is made out of a burl tree, and it is absolutely incredible. It has platforms way above. The guide told us how high up it was, and only several people have gone up on this platform here. But this is absolutely spectacular. And that tree is incredible. Now here's a close-up of this tree. Look at that bark. And going upwards, I'm not really sure exactly how tall this tree is, but there's the platform up there. Can you see? Beautiful. And look at this absolutely charming birdhouse that has been attached to the outside of this tree house. In this particular area, most of these trees are Douglas fir, and that's old growth Douglas fir, western red cedar, and hemlock, with a few spruce trees. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? Please like, subscribe, and comment if you're enjoying this video. Check out this siding here. That is incredible. Kind of contemporary, and very, very interesting. This treehouse is called Ananda. This is a 1979 military war truck that was purchased from an auction. And this war truck has been made into a small retreat, and it's mobile, as you can see, and it gets moved around from place to place on this beautiful property here, which I believe she said it was about 26 acres. And this is called Love Bomb. And here's another beautiful handcrafted piece. It's a wind chime. I don't know how well you can see in there, but for some reason, I can't remember why, it's got a restriction on actually going inside. And here's the windows. All of these tree houses are handcrafted, designed, and handmade. As you can see, all of these attention to details, and the woodwork is absolutely spectacular. And here's a beautiful handcrafted corbel. You can see the dowels there, and this beautiful, beautiful siding that they've put on this mobile truck. Now we can head down to the river cabin. Now, this is the river trail, and this is a darling tree house here that's, I'm not really sure it's an actual tree house. And it has got a beautiful rain chain. I can see that. And this is down by the river that's called the Raging River. Look at that rain chain. Beautiful. And so they have a spectacular deck here. And a looks like they have a water closet. So there's that. And not a way to get in this particular cabin here, but look at those sleeping quarters. These are fabulous. And can you hear the river? This is the beautiful view. This is truly Pacific Northwest style. If you've never been to the beautiful Pacific Northwest, here's one of the things that we love about living here. So let's walk along this trail out to where the river is. Now, this is a time of year when the river is a little low, so there's that. But look how beautiful this is. Look at that beautiful moss that's growing on that tree limbs. Gorgeous. And here you can see the moss growing, and this is a close-up here. Beautiful. Coming through this clearing here, and here's the river. Looks like the river is a little bit low. However, in the early spring, when the mountains have snow melt, they call this the raging river. And all this river rock. It's amazing. And one last look at this absolutely charming and beautiful river cabin. I think it's fantastic. What do you think? Pop a comment down below. Climbing back up through the forest from the river is just another spectacular view, and this is totally Pacific Northwest style. Look at these beautiful sword ferns and a variety of other plant material, including trilliums, which I'm not seeing any right here, right at the moment, but split rail fencing, and it's just gorgeous. They've tried to keep the integrity of the forest intact, and that is why they have gone to such lengths to do some of the things that they've done here, and it's awesome. It's really awesome that they've taken all of that into account. And there's our stairway back up to the top. And here's the property, the lodge itself. And here's the inside of this beautiful lodge. Look at all those books, bookshelves, cozy little places to read. And what about that fireplace? I hope this has inspired you to get out and enjoy your forest or some nature walks around where you live today. I hope you're having a great gardening day, and I'll catch you in the next one.